Okay, it's time I say something about this because this is getting out of hand. Um, a lot of these scientists, uh, they just make up stuff, or they're really wrong, But sometimes I think they're just making it up to create jobs for themselves and to, you know, feel more intelligent than other people, maybe making a teaching job for them. But it's this old thing you've seen before, where this guy's standing still, this guy's moving with a clock, and it looks like this. Okay. And so they say this guy, he sees the clock, you know, right? Let's say he sees it's 2:45. So, um, and this guy, the light reflecting off of the clock reaches him a little later, let's say. Okay. So maybe he sees 2:44 instead of 2:45. So these scientists, they start saying that this is where they make their mistake, because they say that actual time is different for these two people. But that's a huge leap. That's a huge assumption. But they say it with authority, and everybody thinks they're geniuses. But actually, time's the same for both of them. Time's constant. It's just that the light takes longer to get to this guy. It's not time. Uh, Time doesn't change. It's just the speed of light. It takes a short time to get for the light to reflect off of the clock into his eyes. Short time, right? It takes a long time for the light to reflect off here to get to here. So he sees 2:44. He sees 2:45, but the clock is still ticking exactly the same for both of these people. But believe it or not, these scientists. So time is not changing. It's just the way we see the light. It's not the actual clock. Uh, so like time for him is not going slower than this guy. Time is going the same speed, but the clock might look different because of the speed of light. Okay, but believe it or not, the scientist, he doesn't say that. Listen.
Experiences more time than number one.
More time than number one. See, he's confusing. This is where they pull the wool over everybody's eyes, man, because he's saying that and he said it with such authority, quickly, without question. This guy is experiencing more time. Did you hear him say that? This guy is experiencing more time. How does he ever get to that conclusion? See, it's like a conclusion they come to, and then they start trying to prove it with math. And, they really never can, but they make a career out of it. And it's freaking sad. It is sad. Um, let's go on.
However, relativity requires that the laws are the same, no matter who is not moving, and this poses a problem.
Okay, it poses a problem. Let's see. It poses a problem.
Suppose that we say number two is stationary with respect to his clock, and number one says that the clock is moving. Then number one experiences a longer time.
No. How does he come to that conclusion? How does number... No, it's just because it's not time. It's just light. It's just you're seeing light at a different time, but it's It's not the actual clock that the guy is seeing. It's light passing through the air, or whatever. It's not actual time. So these guys are flipped out. They are flipped out, man.
Okay, so this is a problem.
Okay, so this is a problem, he said. Okay, prove it's a problem. See, that's an assumption. And then they do all this math, they want you to think they're geniuses.
If you pick person one to be the stationary with the clock, then person two's clock ticks faster.
No, see, this is where it's completely wrong. The clock is ticking the same. The clock is not ticking faster, right? For the guy who's standing next to it. It's not ticking slower for the guy who's farther away. It's ticking the same. The clock looks different to the guy farther away because he's farther away, and the light takes a little bit longer to get to him. But it's just a light. It's not time. It's just the light reflecting off the clock. But these guys, they might know that, but they're not letting on.
If you pick person two to be stationary with the clock, then person one's clock ticks faster.
Okay, then again, see, it's not the clock that's ticking faster. It's not the clock that's ticking faster. It's not time that's going faster or slower. If you want, who I really think is a genius is a guy named Neil Adams, and he has this. He draws cartoons. He, for a living. I think since he was 18, he was doing it professionally, and then he's also a scientist. But he didn't go to these universities where they teach all this bullshit. He just figured it out on his own, and he's a believer in a fantastic theory about plate tectonics. It's called the growing Earth theory, and this is it right here. It's just fantastic. And he made a great video. See, it came out in Berlin in 1933. It was at the World's Fair. This display was at the World's Fair, but then it was taken down, unfortunately. Hilgenberg was the scientist who came up with this theory, and Neil Adams. He did the best video on it. Sensational. Neil Adams. It's on YouTube. So the Earth started out. Maybe see what the light does here. The Earth started out smaller, and the crust hardened. Cooled. Yeah, cooled and hardened. And it was probably I'm adding my own little theories. Like, I think it was completely covered with water. The water didn't come on, meteorites or anything. It was already here. Okay, but it was completely covered, and that's why life started in the water. And then as it expands, we don't know why it expands. We have theories, but it's cracked like an eggshell. Started because the ocean floor, see, it's younger material. It's all been carbon dated. So now the water starts going to the low area, which is down in here, starts forming oceans, right? And it exposes the land. And then animals start exploring, going up on land. Fantastic theory. Everything about it makes sense. It explains why mountains were formed. Because it's hard to, it's like a wrinkling effect. Oh, it's just it explains everything. It's fantastic, and it's on YouTube. But Neil Adams, he's he's a genius, but he's a very humble guy, So, and you can understand what he says. Like when he says something, it's like, yeah, right on. That makes sense. It's not like, some of these other scientists where you don't know what they're talking about. And maybe some weaker people might think, well, I'm not smart enough to understand what they're saying. But that's not true. If you don't understand what somebody's saying, it's possible that it doesn't make sense.